All right.
Well, hi.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Oh, man. It wouldn't be Monday without some tech problems and, you know.
It's the only day of the week.
Other wrangling issues. We had Hudson run off after cows. And
sure did.
So, anyway, yes, thanks for being patient with us today. There's always gremlins that come out, especially on Mondays. We've had a long run of Mondays here over the winter on our Montana socials or Monday socials. And it's been quite a journey. It's been something fun to do over the winter.
It's been very interesting.
But we've also learned a lot and gotten to do a lot of things. So Suzanne couldn't join us here today, but I'm James. This is Ashley. This is Ryan.
And we are the Wranglers of the Round Table.
So, yeah, Ryan's got to go here pretty soon, but I'm glad you're able to join us because you've been helping us a lot behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your sister was also part of the Herd for Hugs project, and you guys were really rock stars on that. I mean, keeping up with all the communications, all of just everything that went on there. Yeah. So thank you for your diligence in that. But,
of course. It was super cool to watch all those horses be made and see Ashley make like her whole herd.
Oh my goodness, a herd of Augies.
It was great.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. It was a huge undertaking. I mean, just a massive project. And how many horses did we end up having sewn?
Was it like 230?
230, yeah.
232?
Maybe? That sounds
From over, it was almost 150 volunteers, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was very cool. And Ashley brought out her Augie.
My Augie, one of my Augies. One of them got donated, and then the other 3 still live here at the ranch. Ryan got one, Suzanne got one. I also got a letter from Shriners Hospital for the ones that we donated. It says, Dear Ashley, thank you for your thoughtful contribution of 9 handmade huggable horses given March 19th, 2021 to Shriners Hospital for Children in Spokane. Your gift continues to benefit children all over to receive the optimal care and services that deliver life-changing results. So that was pretty nice to receive in the mail. Yeah. I'm guessing 9, because I sent mine off to like someone who then forwarded it and donated it. So I think mine got grouped into, a bunch of them that got sent over to the hospital. But I'm very happy about where it went. Yeah, that feels good.
And we sent horses off to, it was a lot of different charitable organizations. It was over 30, I think. So that was pretty cool to see. But so that was something that we did on Monday socials. That started in January and February and went through March. And it was a big operation. We had Lorraine Turner here helping out, doing broadcasts. We also had tech troubles during one of those. We had a couple weeks where we had all systems down.
And I remember I was trying to follow that tutorial that one day, and I was like, this is not good. This is not going well.
But I feel like that day was snowy, so it was good because we got a chance to do other chores.
Yeah.
Scoop the snow and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a little pause, so.
There's always something to do around here, and that's something else we've seen. All of us have pitched in and done a lot of different things. Ryan, you've been out there shoveling. We've been brooming the roof. We've been getting things going. We had pipes freeze. I'm still fixing stuff from that. So there's always something interesting here around the ranch, and we're just really glad you've joined us for that. So this is kind of a farewell for the Montana socials side of things, but we've got a lot more coming up, and Ashley and I will continue talking about that. But Ryan, thank you for being here. I know you got to get going, and we started late, but thanks for everything you've done.
Thanks for your rockin' social media posts.
Anytime.
Well, let's get the 3 of us waving so you can get that. Screenshot. All right.
So.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. Muting and heading off.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. So, Ashley, we've done a ton of stuff here in the last, we've been really going with this since October.
Yeah, really going since October.
Yeah.
We did the first couple in September, just trying to get stuff figured out.
Right. And this has been kind of the busy season. I mean, the fall shoulder season and the spring shoulder season. It's where you put everything away, you get ready for winter, and then winter's kind of a slack time. You know, you get into a rhythm and everything's going fine.
Yeah.
But then spring, you're getting everything back out, and everything's working. You're looking for stuff that somehow got lost in the last 4 or 5
You're
months.
lost or broken or frozen or destroyed.
Right. So there's a lot of different things going. Of course, we just brought out the irrigation stuff.
Yeah,
this
so that's
weekend.
super exciting. You were grabbing all the pipes and hoses and stuff, and I was like, I'll be there when you got it all pulled out.
Yep. So that's when it starts to get real. Last year, I don't think we brought it out until May or late May at least. But
This has been a pretty dry spring so far.
It has. Really dry. But we did a lot of manure spreading.
Yeah.
That was the most manure spreading I think we've done here in a long time.
And last year you guys didn't spread any seeds, did you?
Not
Yeah.
at all.
So with all those seeds in the grass, we really need some water on them, especially if we're not going to be getting that much rain right now before it gets hot.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. Of course, we had a weird thing with the bench bird feeders. We had to take those down and clean them. And
Yeah.
it just
Some kind of bird, salmonella, COVID bird, something. I don't know. It's like a contagious thing, and birds in the bitterroot were getting it. So Chelsea was like, hey, we should probably just leave them down for, 2 weeks, let everyone kind of quarantine and go on with it. So now, yesterday, I changed them out, cleaned them all with bleach, refilled them. So that's going to be our kind of Sunday routine from now on. And
every week.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
yeah, so every Sunday afternoon I'll be swapping them out and cleaning them.
Wow. Okay. And they're metal, so they're easier to wipe
Yeah.
down. It's, you're not going to have all the wood soaking up all this
Exactly.
stuff.
And so unfortunately they're darker. It's not as easy to see, but it is for the safety and the benefit of the birds that we have the metal ones.
Yeah.
So
And there's a lot of kind of that stuff that goes along around here because we're it's trying to balance out what looks good visually and what we can give access to for all of you watching online, but it also has to be practical,
And
it has to
functional.
be serviceable. I mean, all of those things. And there's a lot of moving parts here. I mean, that's the reason why we started late today. Lots of moving parts. One thing gets out of the whack and it starts a chain reaction.
Yeah.
So same thing goes with horses. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been working with Augie. That's been one of the really cool things of the Montana Socials.
absolutely.
is that
I never thought I
training.
would get the opportunity to train a horse or work with them like that. I'm just so stoked every week to learn something new about it. So it's been a struggle for sure. And I've learned a lot about horses and horse training and also a lot about myself and how to not get myself out of bad situations and not get worked up about things. So
Oh man, I mean, I'm sitting here in the tech booth and running the camera, and I'm getting worked up
Yeah, like,
for you.
ah.
I mean,
even Brandon on the camera is like, oh, I just want to smack him for you.
Right.
Well, I got to figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, that is such an interesting concept of the teletraining. I never even thought of doing something like that. In fact, I just read the blog post last night from when we got Mystery and when that whole thing
okay.
started in 2015.
Yeah.
I think they got him in October 2015, started training him in beginning of 2016. And that was really the first time that someone has done teletraining like that, with someone watching on a video and also on the phone giving instructions in real time
Right.
how to train a horse. So
Right.
I'm really excited I got to take part in that. And then we got to do that interview for the Billings Gazette. Brandon and I got interviewed. That was really cool.
Now, with the training, this is a nuance that we can kind of go behind the scenes on a little bit because we're using Zoom to facilitate the video conference, right? So Brandon can see our camera production. He can talk to Ashley and they can converse in real time over the cell phone or the computer connection. So it is a video conference, but because of all the different moving parts, there's a slight delay in
Right.
things. And so we've gotten kind of used to the audio delay where when you say something, you sort of wait just half a second. You don't want to run over the person's comment or speed things up too much. But the video stuff can be kind of tricky because Brandon will give you instruction, but it'll be a second behind.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh.
Well,
and it
I already
does-
did that. No, I didn't do that. And it's gotten a little easier as time has gone on. And especially now that we're doing kind of slower training, I can kind of just take the time to stop and then listen to what he's going to say and then try and do that. I think that's kind of the way that's been working better.
Okay.
Is just kind of stopping there, let him give me, all the instructions or whatever, and then try it. So it's a lot of that between me and him, just figuring out how to communicate with each other too.
Yeah.
and just figuring out what's the best, most effective way that we're going to get the instructions across.
Yeah, and I know it can be frustrating for everyone involved. In fact, today we had a tech glitch, and so we were wondering do we have to pause because it's just got to catch up to us, or do we got to restart? And, you just never know. So when you guys are watching and being part of this with us, it's really fun to share in that, but it's also, we really appreciate your patience when it comes to some of this stuff. It's sort of a hair-raising thing when things don't go as planned, especially in live production where the show must go on.
Yeah, and there's been some days like today where we'll have a 20, 30, 40-minute delay because of some tech issues or the internet's out or something like that. And so, I've learned not to plan anything personal on Mondays.
Right.
I'm here all day. I'll be here. I'll go inside for a snack. You let me know when the internet's back.
Right. Yeah, no, it is tricky. And now that we have the Ospreys back, we've got Harriet. She returned, 2.5 weeks ago?
On the 27th of March.
The 27th of March. So she came, the earliest she's come is, I think, the 26th or 27th. So we pulled that goose down
the
just
day before,
in time. It's pretty amazing. And have you ever pulled a goose off of a Osprey's
I have not.
nest?
Or a pig.
Or a pig. The pig, Freddie came with it.
Freddie, the famous farmer, fabulous pig.
Which is a great point, because Freddie's been with us for, most of this whole season. And we've done the scavenger hunt for Freddie, right? Which has been fun, involving you on the cameras. I know everybody loves getting involved. Where is he? And he's so much easier to see now with your accoutrement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember early on, he's just a white pig. So trying to find him on, a piece of wood or in a field or something like that, it's not that easy. And I can understand why it gets frustrating. And I also am very proud that I hold the record for 2 of the longest times it takes to find him. But and then we lost his leg somewhere in October, November or something. He fell off one of the sprinklers in the North Pasture. And I went out there to retrieve him one day, and there's Freddie over here and his leg is over there. Like, no! So it took me a while to figure out how to reattach it, because we were trying like super glue and epoxy and stuff like that. And so I finally just went to the craft store, got the good stuff, and then got some white duct tape, and then now he's back. He's Freddie the pirate pig.
Yeah, and he got encased in ice at one point.
Yeah. I put him in the ice sculpture. I didn't realize it was just going to freeze that quick overnight. So it did, and it trapped him in there, and then we got some melt the next couple days. But when I tried pulling him out, his butt was frozen to it. So it broke off his tail and a little bit more of his leg. So he just was missing even more pieces. Yeah. But he's back, and I've tried finding different decorations for him. I think this is a pretty good setup. Yeah.
I like the little hat. You found that in our art supply.
It was just in a box somewhere. And I was like, okay, that needs to go on Freddie's head.
Yeah, it's just perfect. Yeah. The flowers and the lei, and it's awesome.
So, and I remember one time one of the chatters was like, oh, he needs a red hat. And so when I saw that hat, I was like, that's his red hat. There it is.
So that brings up another good point, which is all of you chatting. And I know we have a lot of viewers that don't chat, but we really do enjoy your chat comments. We enjoy the dialogue that happens. We enjoy engaging with that. Ashley, you've been really good about posting pictures and kind of going behind the scenes, giving updates here and there.
It's a lot easier than trying to go through Facebook and Instagram and all these different social medias. It's just here's the one place I can go, and you guys get the ground view of what I'm seeing on a daily basis of the horses or Freddie or the bird feeders or whatever. Like that one day I rescued a pigeon from the fence. I set up my phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
about
that. No.
Yeah. I set up my phone kind of on one of the ladders or something. There was a pigeon stuck in the fence just flapping its wings. And I was like, okay, I'm the only one over here. I guess that's my job. Right. So I had my phone on video, took a little video of me rescuing it and sent it off. And then I think Celia ended up posting it to Facebook or something.
Great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So there's been a lot of photos and videos that I take that I post in the chat that then you guys will send to Facebook. So that's cool. I don't have to do both.
And we do appreciate that. I mean, highlighting some of the things that go on here, because, we're always looking to bring more people into the community. And in terms of the community, so we are wrapping up our Montana Socials, regular broadcasts, our full day of jam-packed broadcasts. And that's for a very good reason. And that is
Gonna
because
get busy.
we're going to be open this summer.
Yeah, we're opening for summer trail rides and guest accommodations and having people stay here and weddings.
Yep.
So it's going to be a lot of fun this summer, and I'm really excited. I've never worked at a full-fledged horse ranch before. I am glad that I got kind of like a soft introduction to it, though. I was able to get comfortable with taking care of the animals, you know, for all the seasons.
And when did you come in? Was it
August?
August, yeah. So that's outstanding. Yeah, this has been a really nice transition.
Yeah, so I actually got to learn how to work on a ranch, you know, without having all these like guest interactions and people to deal with and stuff like that. And especially during a pandemic, it's just like I left a job at a grocery store in town because I was just not comfortable dealing with that many people on a daily basis. You know, I was afraid for my own health and safety. So once I could figure out how to make this my full-time job, I was like, you got me. Yeah. I'm here.
And it's just natural social distancing here. And you know, as things have progressed, it's been great to be able to have some people out to the ranch. You've seen a few wedding tours come out. We're still not quite sure how big the wedding crowds are going to be here, but we're going to help everybody try to be as responsible as possible.
Yeah. And at least it's outdoors for the most part.
Yeah,
I mean, the dance hall is maybe a little crowded, but...
Yeah, so, and more people are getting vaccinated and all of that. So I think things are going to roll along pretty smoothly. I think we've got 6 weddings so far this year. So it's a pretty full calendar. And so we're going to be rolling along with all this stuff. With the montanasocials.org webpage that you're probably viewing this on right now, that is featuring what we call our ranch cam or our broadcast channel. And we're going to continue using this channel to broadcast, but it's going to be over at daysatdunrovin.com, which is our larger community. That's where you get access to 4 live streaming webcams. We've got the Nest Cam. You can probably hear the osprey in the background. We've got the camera here for the ranch. We've got the bench camera and the river camera. And you can actually watch all 4 of those simultaneously if you pull up the multicam screen. As
well as the blog posts, the rumors, the behind-the-scenes stuff that you guys get first access to on Days at Dunrovin.
Right, and we post pretty much all of our initial content there first. Like in the chat, we've got a very dynamic chat community.
Yeah, any photos I take out here are going to go to the chat there first before they get posted on Facebook or social media or anything. So that's the first place to go.
You'll be posting stuff from like trail rides and corral sessions.
I really want to get a GoPro and put it on my helmet. I think that's going to be cool.
Absolutely.
Splice it into the ranch cam.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So maybe we can stream Ashley from across the river galloping through, you know. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool things we'll be doing over the summer. You'll also see a few more new faces coming on to help with some of the ranch chores. We've got some extra ranch hands coming and going. Ryen is actually going to be taking off at the end of April, I think. But I think her and Hudson plan on coming out from time to time and hanging out with us. And
I think she's going to change her work agreement to be more like outdoor work rather than online work. So she'll be here through the end of May, I think.
Great.
Was what we were planning on. I'll be here. I'll be living here until the end of May, and then I'll be moving on somewhere else. But I'll be here every day, pretty much. Being assistant ranch manager. Woohoo!
Yep.
Yay, promotion.
Yep. We're all trying to make this thing go. So it is it's definitely a lot going on. It's a lot to manage. I'm personally thrilled that Ashley's sticking around because we've really developed a good rapport.
Yeah.
We've got a good way of communicating and you're just tough. You're a tough ranch girl, you know? I love it.
For someone who's never worked on a ranch before, I'm not afraid to get dirty.
Oh, man.
I'll get down there.
And hauling those hay bales around. And I mean, those things are not light. They're like 100 pounds or better.
85. I mean, yeah, when I first started, I tried to pick up one of them and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to do this? And now I'm just like, whoop, whoop, just chucking them.
Yeah. It's pretty great. So.
Or that one time I smacked my head with the wooden post with a harrow.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, you know, we only do that about once, and that's the cure.
I learned. And now I'm like, keep my head away from it.
Yeah. So we've got a lot going on, but do come over to daysatdunrovin.com and join us there. The Montana Socials page later this week will be changing to feature more of the Nest Cam, and it'll be kind of a preview to, you know, some of the wildlife viewing that you see here. So that focus will shift, and we'll be trying to direct all of you that come to us at Montana Socials over to Days at Dunrovin, where we'll be doing most of our just kind of ad hoc broadcasting Suzanne will still be giving nest updates occasionally as
Periodically.
interesting things happen. I'll go live with the occasional repair or something that might be interesting in the field.
We can do our ranch talks. We got irrigation stuff to do. We got fence rails to fix. We got all kinds of stuff to do. And now that we're not going to be, or I'm not going to be busy all day on Mondays, it gives me a lot more time for horse training, getting them conditioned, getting some rides in on the arena so I can get my sea legs going and they can get accustomed to being ridden again because they haven't had people on their backs in over 2 years.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so it's, for the most part, they're all older. They know what they're doing.
Sure.
It's just a matter of getting them, kind of back into the rhythm of things. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, of having more time on Mondays to do that.
And how do you phase that in? What's your plan? I know you and Suzanne are working on some training stuff, but how are you cycling the herd through here?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, and I think I'm going to start that this week. I'm wondering, maybe have just the 5 horses over here a week, and then work with those 5. And then on Sunday or something, I'll swap them out for another group or herd or something. But it's just kind of, it's hard to move, 4 horses by yourself. So it's just a lot of trips back and forth. But yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what that plan is going to be like. But that's why I'm getting started now with Raz and Mystery and Mickey, horses that I've already ridden that I'm just kind of trying to get back into it with. And then we'll start bringing over Rocket and Whiskey and Jasper and all those ones and get them tuned up too, because those horses across the street are fat and happy.
Yep.
They need some exercise. You can tell the difference between those ones and the ones that are here because they only get fed once a day over there. So I just want to make sure that they have enough food. And they're also starting to nibble on the grass, and they got a lot more hay in the winter. But the ones that are here, I'm able to kind of control a little bit more how much they're getting. We can give them less on some days, more on others, depending on the grass and the weather and stuff like that. So, and I can even tell the week that Raz and Mickey have been here, they're looking a little slimmer.
Really? Wow. Oh, that's great. That's great. It happens fast.
Yeah. Horses within 2 weeks, you should be able to see some body condition changes.
I didn't know that. Okay. That's great. And why are we not bringing the whole herd over? Because a lot of times this time of year, we start transitioning them back and forth.
Well, either they're all going to be in the riparian for the next 2 weeks until it floods, and then they're going to be here in the stalls, which means poop patrol 24/7.
Because they can't be on the pastures
Can't be on the pastures. It's going to start growing that early spring grass, which is not good for them, and we're trying to grow seeds on it, so we don't want them, compacting the grass even more. Or eating the baby grass that we have that we're trying so hard to sprout. And if they're in their stalls all day, I could have 5 in the sorting pen, 5 in the arena, and 5 in their stalls, and just rotate them like that. But nobody's going to be happy. But if we still have access to this field across the street for one more summer, then why the heck not keep them over there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the grass that grows over there, it's pretty scraggly. It's not like this fresh, lush lawn grass that we get. It's like wild grass. It's not, super bad for them to be eating it. And plus, they're already nibbling it as it's coming up, so their stomach's already getting used to it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And yeah, it does make things easier around here. And I can tell you from going through a few seasons here, it's less wear and tear on the fences, the gates, all this stuff. I mean, the horses do a fair bit of damage. They do their best to keep us busy on the maintenance side of things.
Especially lovely Lady Lonza and her big mom butt rubbing up against the fence posts.
Yeah. I think there's a number of our fences that are kind of on their last leg, so we're doing what we can to keep everything propped up. And we're going to be replacing things here and there as well. So we'll probably get another load of posts and rails and just keep up on everything. But it's getting close. We'll get the waters working, all the distribution going. We'll probably get another load of hay coming in at some point.
Yeah, we're almost empty on one side of the barn. We got probably another month or 2 worth of hay over there, especially if we start, because the hay pile across the street, that'll be gone in a week, a week and a half, which are still pulling out moldy ones. Yeah. It's such a bummer. That's been the biggest disappointment this winter is how much moldy hay we got. It's pretty sad to see. And I didn't think, I was like, is this normal? Is this usually what happens to hay? Like, no, it was a weird.
Yeah, and it's not, initially we thought, well, maybe it's due to moisture from the tarps. We had some holes or something, but that's not the case.
And there was no pattern. They were just kind of here or there, everywhere. So different types of mold.
Yeah, we think that maybe what happened is we did have to have some hay stored for us over the summer, and maybe what we're seeing is all the hay that may have been stored on the bottom. And so there was enough hay, but when it gets put onto the truck, it gets all mixed up. And then when it comes off the truck, it gets mixed up again. And so it's just all over. And
there's no way to tell where it comes from.
Spreading a lot. I mean, it has a little bit from bale to bale, but it hasn't been that aggressive of a problem. It's just more of a, I don't know, it's just a downer whenever you see it.
And I was like, well, if I ever wanted to own horses of my own one day, it's just like, I wouldn't want to deal with that. I'd be getting my money back for it,
Right, and we are going to get a credit for the next batch of hay because of that. And, I don't know, do you have any ideas for how to use that moldy hay? Somebody suggested bringing it over to
other than composting, I can't really think of anything. And I'd be worried if we dumped it into the poo pile, it's not going to break down as quickly as other stuff does. Because, straw and hay takes a while to break down if it's not, like, actually being churned up and everything. So it needs a lot of heat to break it down.
So, we'll figure it out. Either we'll leave it just kind of bleach out over there over the summer or something.
Well, the best thing to do would be this fall, put it down in the garden and just choke out all the weeds with it. And then you can, you might be able to do something in the spring, because then you would pull it all back like a mulch layer.
I see.
And then you can go in with the weeds. It should be warm enough if you do like a layer of poo, a layer of hay, and then like a layer of compost. It should be warm enough in there. And the hay will keep it protected from the snow. So, but I don't know if we can keep it over there until next fall.
We may have to just bring it over and stack it. And, it'll be a few trips, but we can take a trailer over there too and see how it goes. But always something to do around here.
Definitely.
So, but again, thank you for joining us these last few months on Montana Socials. It's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot. We've gotten to do a lot of different things. And of course, Suzanne has been amazing at bringing in all this amazing content, the guest content.
The ideas are just endless.
Endless ideas for fun for all of you. So this is what this is all about, and especially during the pandemic. I mean, that was one of the big reasons we started this too, was to give people something to do, something different than the news cycle and all the just kind of stuff we all are surrounded with. This is a break from that, and being able to engage with us and in real life. I mean, this is unfiltered.
Right, definitely. And I took a break from social media several times last year because I was just tired of just doom scrolling all the time. Like, oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end. So, I think in like December, I just deleted Instagram and Twitter. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I want to be out here in real life every day, experiencing things. And I'll talk to my friends that are on days at Dunrovin, not wondering what some celebrity is up to on Instagram or something. So I'm very happy to have this like online real community to interact with. And, not all my friends want to hear me talk about horses, but you guys want to hear me talk about horses. So that's great.
It's pretty awesome. And we might just make you into a bird fan one of these days. No?
I don't know.
We've got the osprey back here, and it's pretty cool. I've learned a lot about osprey. Suzanne's very passionate about it. All of you have been very passionate about it. So it's been a fun learning experience. And I know my wife, Kate, is getting into taking pictures of birds and identification and all that. But it's been a lot of fun being exposed to all of this. So
I do like raptors and birds of prey. Those are my favorites. So of course the ones that could kill you are the ones that I like. But if a pigeon gets stuck in the fence and I'm the only one there, I'm gonna rescue it. I love animals. Birds, chickens especially, just like freak me out. They're just flapping all around.
Well, they are the closest thing to a dinosaur. Pretty great. But anyway, so we'll keep you posted, and if we have special guests come on, I know Suzanne may have a few guest interviews that come on board. We might be able to engage Michael Academia from last year's Awesome Osprey Project. He is a graduate student right now at William and Mary College, and he's very busy, but I understand he wants to at least stop by online, virtually, for a little visit with us. So that would be fun to check in with him. And we'll see if we can keep things going and keep things interesting for you. But do come on over to daysatdunrovin.com and join us there. And from the team here at Dunrovin, Suzanne, Ryan, Ashley, myself, and gosh, we've had so many people here. It's amazing.
And Chelsea.
Chelsea
was
course.
a big help this winter.
Yeah, and she's taken off now. She's headed back to Oregon, right?
Yeah, so she's going to be working in the Oregon coast. I don't remember what for, but something to do with ecology, biology, wildlife.
Yeah, she's studying some birds over there, and there's a study that she tries to go back to every year, I think.
Yeah.
So she's doing that, and we've had Sydney, Ryan's sister, was helping behind the scenes. I don't think y'all got to meet her on camera or anything, but of course Sterling, we hardly ever see Sterling. He did make an appearance over Christmas. If you missed the Santa Claus feeding the ponies and the donkeys, you got to check that out. He's even cracking jokes.
Yeah.
So, dressed as Santa Claus. So.
And I'm sure you'll see him doing his rounds this summer on his lawnmower.
Absolutely.
He loves doing that.
Yep. Yeah, he seeded the pasture for us. I don't know how many times he went back and forth on the little lawnmower, but it worked. He made it happen. So we love having him around and all the people here. So thank you, Ashley, for being awesome and making Mondays happen. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we hope to see you throughout the summer at daysatdunrovin.com. Until then, so long.